All right, welcome back to another episode of Beer, Bacon, and Bros. Tonight, just Keith and Chris. We're going to hop into what's next for the New York Yankees following a pretty disappointing show in the ALCS, against the Houston Astros, getting swept, which was a little surprising.
So, did you know, little fun fact, I know you haven't finished the whole intro, but little fun fact, the Yankees were the first team ever to strike out more than 50 times and get swept in a championship series.
Oh, yikes.
Well, the 2022 Yankees.
That's not surprising. So
no, it's really not for the team that they have, but yeah, anyway.
Yeah. So, before we jump into this, though, we're going to jump into the future of the Yankees. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for us. Really means a lot to us. Completely free to you. We're trying to grow our channel. We love having you guys interact with us in the comments as well. So feel free to hit us there. Let us know what you want us to talk about, or if you think we're totally crazy. I know there's a lot of Yankees fans out in this world, so we're going to speak our minds on what we think is going to happen with your team. And if you think we're crazy, you think you're crazy. So
just ask Chris. I mean, he got told off by the Guardians fans the other day.
Absolutely,
they were the worst team. The worst team to make the playoffs in the last 20 years.
And they tried.
They always beat the Yankees. So, yeah. So, we're not always right. We just have our opinions.
Yeah. So, as always, hit that like button for us, too. So, jumping into this, I think there's some big names for the Yankees that they have under contract, which should give them a little bit of security and a good feeling, right? Giancarlo Stanton, Josh Donaldson, Garrett Cole, Anthony Rizzo, DJ LeMahieu, Luis Severino, Aaron Hicks, Harrison Bader.
Yeah, but how much of that actually makes you feel good about that team?
Yeah, I mean, listen,
pitching-wise, I'm okay with the pitching.
Yeah, I don't love the contracts. I mean, Garrett Cole for 36, you got to feel good about. I think the Stanton and the Josh Donaldson for 32 and 21, you don't love. Anthony Rizzo for 16 is actually probably a good price.
That's a good price for Rizzo.
DJ LeMahieu for 15 is a good price. Luis Severino, when healthy, which we saw on our fantasy team this year, is worth the $15 million. Aaron Hicks, I don't think is really worth this $10.7. And Harrison Bader for 5.2, the way he played in the playoffs for the Yankees, you gotta love that. I mean,
he's going to be a starting center fielder for them.
I really do. I really think he's the starting center fielder. So a lot of guys under arbitration though. Blake Torres, Calefa, Nestor Cortez, Clay Holmes. A lot of these guys are under arbitration, so they have the opportunity to keep them on their team. Now, when you roll over this free agent list for the Yankees, obviously there's a little bit of this for you. Aaron Judge, obviously the big one, right? Aroldis Chapman is a free agent this year. Probably a good thing for the Yankees that he's a free agent. At 34 years old.
The 6 ERA?
Yeah, you were paying him $18 million last year. His estimated market value via Sports Track, if you've never used a great website, 6.6. I think that's a win at 6.6 for him.
If he can come in and at least pitch one inning and not in a closing role.
Yeah, and not have a 6 ERA. So, but Zach Britton, Andrew Benintendi is a free agent for them. James Talion is a free agent for them. Chad Green, Matt Carpenter, Marwin Gonzalez. So, a lot of relatively big names here. People with some options as well, like Luis Severino has an option and Anthony Rizzo has an option, but both guys I think are probably estimated to stay. Anthony Rizzo, it would be interesting. I think he may want to opt out because he might think he can get more than 16, but it wouldn't be a surprise if he opts in as well.
So my take on what the Yankees are, I personally feel like they're going to lose Judge. Judge is not going to come back. I feel like if Judge wanted to be in New York, Judge would have signed that extension that they offered him before the season started. It was like 220, 230 over 7.
Yeah, his estimated market value now is $37.9 per year.
So, and that's only because he had 62 bombs last year.
Yeah,
but you put him in another park, I don't know if he can do it.
We'll find out.
But I really think Judge goes out west. And my hot take is I think the Yankees try to offload some of these big contracts and go back and rebuild. There's enough free agents out there right now where they can try to do that. And I think over the next couple of years they can definitely try to rebuild that team into something special. Because let's be honest, the lack of pitching really showed and hurt them in the playoffs. Not only in the divisional round against the Guardians, but made them look horrendous in the championship round against Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, Houston clearly had better pitching, and it showed. I think they're going to try to offload that Giancarlo Stanton contract. They were dumb to take it to begin with. I mean, I don't know who will take it other than like maybe the Angels or somebody that's willing to throw that money.
Angels can't even afford it.
So I mean, I really think they try to offload some of those names and try to rebuild because I think they know they're going to lose Judge, and that was the best thing they had going on that team this year.
Yeah. I look at their lineup and I don't think that their lineup is horrific. I mean, Rizzo at first, Gleyber Torres at second, Josh Donaldson third, Calefa at short, DJ LeMahieu works in here or there.
He's not the same guy that he was though.
No, he's definitely not the same hitter that he was either. But Harrison Bader we mentioned is a starting center fielder. You're going to lose Judge in right field, and as Waldo Cabrera is really not the right guy to be playing left for you. So I think if you can get rid of the Giancarlo Stanton contract and you let Aaron Judge walk, I mean, I really think that they can put together a starting outfield of, maybe it's just somebody older. Maybe it's an Andrew McCutcheon or a Michael Brantley,
a Will Myers,
and then you look at left and maybe it's a Jock Peterson, maybe it's AJ Pollock, maybe it's Jurickson Profar. Obviously you've been let Joey Gallo go, but maybe it's Andrew Benintendi.
Yeah, maybe they bring him back.
So I mean, there's plenty of guys that you can kind of fit in those corner outfields around Harrison Bader that make contract sense as well to give you an opportunity to bolster this bullpen. Because you look at this Yankees bullpen and it's just, I mean, outside of Clay Holmes, you have nobody that you need to have confidence in. And I'm a Gamecock fan, so I love Clark Schmidt. And Clark Schmidt's still not somebody you should probably have confidence in.
No, not at all.
I mean, they have to, and there's not a great free agent pool of relievers. I mean, Edwin Diaz is obviously would be the huge name that they could go get, but maybe Kenley Jansen, Craig Kimbrell, Taylor Rogers, Andrew Chaffin. So there's some guys out there, but there's not stellar names.
No, there's nobody. I mean, Adam Ottavino would be a big one to go back out and get, who they actually already had and ended up trading to the Mets for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a couple names out there. Nothing that just jumps off the page and says, "Oh, I need to go get that guy."
Well, Edwin Diaz is that guy. I mean, that is the guy of all guys that's going to get paid
this year's Edwin Diaz. Yeah. But 2 years ago, we were saying, Edwin Diaz is bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
The guy couldn't save anything.
When he was in Seattle, he was bad. But
those first two years he was in New York, he was bad.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, he's the guy that's going to get paid this year. So I mean, he makes the most sense. I think for them, getting Aroldis Chapman back at a decent contract at the $6 million would probably be a win if he can be anything close to what he was. You're probably not going to get James Tallien back, honestly. I mean, he's going from 5.8 to now an estimated 14.5 on the market value. Yeah. Same thing for Andrew Benintendi. Like, are you going to be able to get Andrew Bennett? They have Andrew back at 17.3 at a market value now. That's a big contract. Of course, the Yankees could pay it. They have plenty of money.
They don't care.
But is that what you want, right, to get back and have one of your corner outfielders? So
yeah, I mean, like I said, I really feel like they're gonna try to sell some pieces off. Clearly, they're gonna keep Garrett Cole. They'll try to keep Severino. Severino actually would draw a lot of trade interest, I feel.
Yeah.
Because his contract is friendly, is team friendly, and the guy's been a great pitcher. I mean, they gotta get out of that Giancarlo Stanton deal somehow. Like, that was just a horrible, horrible deal.
Yeah.
I mean,
to pay Giancarlo Stanton $32 million next year to be
strike out 250 times.
Yeah, I mean, and I want to make sure I accurately say this because I don't think he batted. Yeah, he batted 211. I was going to say I don't think he batted more than 220. He batted 211, 31 homers, 78 RBIs. I mean, this is not a guy that you can pay $32 million for.
He's far from that Mike Stanton that was in Miami.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, he actually only struck out 137 times this year.
How many games did he play?
110.
Yeah, so that's still more than one
game.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a large surprise to me, but I mean, he listen. The guy batted 273 2 years ago, right in 2021. So maybe it's just a super down year for him. But I still think that's a bad contract that they'd love.
Oh, it's a horrible contract. They never should have. Well, Miami's the one that signed that damn thing, and then got the Yankees were dumb enough to take it.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the starting five for the Yankees, you really can't be upset if you walk into next year with Garrett Cole, Nestor Cortez, and Luis Severino. you have Frankie Montas under arbitration. You're probably going to end up losing James Taillon to the free agent pool with a $15 million contract. But Frankie obviously had moments where he was good. Not for the Yankees.
Not for the Yankees, no.
But he has had moments where he's good. So I mean, if you can walk away with those starting three, you've got chances to win games in those.
Yeah,
For them, it's really just about can I build the bullpen and can I replace? Can I get 2 corner outfilders that can be
for the price of Judge? Can you go get 2?
Yeah,
maybe even 3.
Maybe even 3 if you're gonna not play Giancarlo Stanton. Honestly, DJ LeMahieu could probably play first, and Rizzo could play.
But see, that's the problem they're going to run into is if they keep LeMahieu almost has to be
in your lineup somewhere,
or your DH.
Or your DH, yeah.
He's got to be your DH because I don't think he can really play the field that well anymore. I mean, you have to put him at second if you go back out and sign Glaber.
I mean, he can play. I think he can play one of the corners, third or first.
You got Donaldson up third.
Yeah, well, I mean, Donaldson probably doesn't need to be playing third at 1 billion years old either, though.
He's younger than Adam Duvall.
He's 37.
Oh, I thought he was younger.
Yeah, he's gonna be 37 next year. 220 for 15 homers. I mean, that's another guy that you probably don't want to be paying $16 million to. But
well, again, they traded for that.
I know.
The Twins paid him that money.
I know.
The Twins paid him that money.
Yeah, I know.
So, but he's also one of those guys who doesn't put the ball up to right field that often.
Yeah.
So, and you go to Yankee Park where you put up in right field, it's gone. You put up in left field, it dies.
Yeah.
So, and he's hitting everything to left field or straightaway center.
Yeah.
He's not pulling to right. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Or going opposite. I'm sorry, not pulling, but he's not going oppo taco to right field.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong there. I do think they also probably need to go get a catcher if they, it wouldn't surprise me if they're the ones that make the splash for William Contreras. Obviously, the big.
I think Houston goes after him.
Or sorry, Wilson
Contreras.
Yeah, Williams
with us.
Yeah. But I can see Houston too. I mean, I think they probably are happy with Maldonado and the Chavez combination that they have right now. But I mean, I think Wilson Contreras makes a lot of sense to the New York Yankees.
Watch them go back and sign Gary Sanchez on the cheap.
No, I don't think they'll do that.
So.
But I mean, honestly, Mike Zunino would probably make another sense. I mean, a guy that's got an absolute bomb, but it lines up with what the Yankees would do. Doesn't line up with the right strategy because you're talking about another right-handed hitter that pulls everything to left and it's going to die. But
it's just going to go up and die.
Yeah.
But my take on Wilson Contreras is he goes to Houston because Houston won him this year and they weren't able to make the deal, but I think that's where he goes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hit us in the comments. Let us know what you think the Yankees are going to do. Take in what we said and tell us if we're absolutely crazy, but that's just our thoughts. And as always, we appreciate you. Like, comment, subscribe.